our gifts from above. And today we remember to live and to love. We live, we love, we forgive and never give.
When I arrived at Columbus State University in the fall of 2001, I noticed that we had some amazing students. But there really wasn't a place for them to hang out. There really wasn't a place for them to have their own identity other than around the secretary's desk. And later on, I think it was the spring of 2002 when I taught the first community class, which the official title is Maintaining a Sense of Community Through Communication. And I designed that course because I think it is so very important, and it's basically what's missing, I think, in all of our lives. So I designed that course, and one of the projects that one group decided to tackle was, hey, let's create a space where we can have our own sense of not only place, but make it a common place where we can share our talk, where we can share ideas, and it's sort of like that downtime where we can really be ourselves and have our own spot. And so the very first Red Room came about as a result of that first community club.
We live, we love, we forgive and never give up. 'Cause the days we are given are gifts from above. And today we remember to live and to love. We live, we love, we forgive and never give up. 'Cause the days we are given are gifts from above. And today we remember to live and to love.
I got to tell you this, the very first time, that very first project, when the students decided they wanted to create a space, you know, it was between, at that time it was Dr. Rosenthal's office and Professor Bolas Pecci's office. And the students were all excited about, you know, they were taking ownership of this room. And, you know, all of our offices are that sort of eggshell, you know, off-white, whatever, prison gray, I don't know. And so they kept the door shut. This is a surprise, this is a surprise. And I'd received permission from our department chair at the time to have this room. So when they opened the door and it was bright red, my first thought, quite honestly, was, I'm gonna be fired. But the faculty, they were extremely collegial about it and long-suffering. And it was a small room. It was red. The furniture didn't really match. So phase 2 of the Red Room was a slight change, I think, in the tone of the red. It wasn't like fire engine red. This was like a designer red. And we got a few more pieces of furniture that matched. And then the last class, the community class I taught, that's when the students decided, no, this is so popular, we need a larger space. So we were able to move down to our current location. And they said it's going to be the Red Room in the idea, but the color is going to be all us. And there again, they sort of surprised me with the color, but it is that nice blue. And that's why some students who've been here a little longer, they still call it the Red Room, because the collegiality, the camaraderie developed from there.
We live, we love, we forgive and never give up. 'Cause the days we are given are gifts from above. And today we remember to live and to love. We live, we love, we forgive and never give up. 'Cause the days we are given are gifts from above. And today.
Well, in the communication department, we had a room for the students to gather. It was actually right next door. Now it's a professor's room, and it was a little bit small, and it was difficult for the students to get in there, to get their work done, to study, to gather, to meet, and it didn't really work well for the students. It was difficult for us to do what we wanted to do, and that was to basically build our community up here in the department. And so we decided that it would be really good if we could move into this room that we're in now, and you know, it would provide a little bit more room. It would provide more socialization space, more space to study, to get together in groups, to meet. And so that was the main thing. We wanted a bigger room. We wanted more. We wanted more for the students. And so we just thought it would be really good to move into this room that we're in now and to get it started.
We live, we love, we forgive and never give up. 'Cause the days we are given are gifts from above. And today we remember to live and to love. We live, we love, we forgive and never give up. 'Cause the days we are given are gifts from above. And today we remember to live and to love. We live, we love, we forgive and never give up. from above. And today we remember to live and to love.
Tell me about Comlink and its purpose within the department.
Well, the purpose of Comlink was to build community within the communications department. Not only with the current students, but also upcoming students that are coming into Columbus State. We wanted to give them a place to look at the communications department and see if it's something that they would like to build a relationship with as well.
The next point in this process, which by the way I'm so thrilled that we are doing the web part. I really am so excited about that. I would like to see that web continue to be enhanced, where we communicate credibility, integrity, but also want that excitement, because I think our comm majors are rather an exciting bunch. When you turn them loose, I firmly believe there really isn't much they can't do. If we just get out of the way, give them the tools they need, they can pretty well do it. And I think that this web opportunity will enhance that talent. It will display that talent. I want to see our website have stories of our majors. I want journaling. I want blogging. I want students to be able to communicate with those prospective students. I want our students to be able to compel others to come and be comm majors simply because of their stories. I want us to be, yes, cutting edge, but not just cutting edge with technology, but we are maintaining that sense of community. That has a spillover effect. I want our alums to feel just as much a part of us now, a little different way. They're not sitting and taking notes, they aren't taking the tests, but eventually, I'm firmly convinced we're going to have an alumni database that is complete, up to date, actually very dynamic, where they're interacting with each other. And I hope from this we can start building maybe a foundation with our alums who are giving money to support maybe our students who go to conferences. You know, things of that nature where they feel that they're contributing not only to come and speak in our classes, but also to maybe build a financial support base that also can help our students. So these are some of the things that I think that the web part is a great first step into that internet world or that technological world, and where some people have failed to create that connection, they actually separate more. I think we, with the knowledge of knowing what community means, and it is communicated, that we should be able to do that. No other group probably on this campus can do that quite as well as can our comm majors, and I'm excited about that.
This department is absolutely incredible. It's one of the best departments. I think it's the best department at CSU. I've heard so many other students talk about how they have no community in their department. They have they can't connect with their teachers. They don't connect with their other students. They go to school to do their classes and they go home. This department is so much different because we have professors that really care about us, that genuinely want the best for us, and they are constantly striving to help us to do all they can for us. And as far as the students, we connect in so many levels. We have all the extracurricular activities that we do together. We have our Lambda Pi Eta, our Honor Society. We have the Blue Room, which is another way for us to connect. And the students here are much more friendly, more caring, and so you have such a better community atmosphere in the department. And I think that's one of the things that makes our department, our major, just top-notch in the university.
Well, as we all know, one big thing would be that we are all communications majors. So that's one big thing that we all have in common. And you see the same faces every day, so it's really easy to identify and build that community with the people in your classes. And you're all working on the same projects and stuff like that. And a lot of times you're in the same group working on the projects. So if there's nothing else to identify with, it is the same major.
I see several ways in which there is crossover of the community spirit between faculty members themselves, between students and faculty. And I recently heard a description of how the metaphor, a tapestry, describes the American culture.
Mhm.
And at the time I thought it described the community within the department as well, because you have a layer of interconnection between faculty, then you have threads connecting to the students, and then the students themselves building community and coming full circle again. I think probably because I strongly believe in the idea of partnership, and I teach using that idea, that what I see happening in our department, and especially since I've arrived, and my early involvement was more one-on-one, the partnership building. But as time has gone by, it's much stronger now at a more community group level.
Mhm.
And that concept keeps growing. And I believe each year that goes by that we have faculty that has worked together and has built relationships that they can then use for new innovative ideas and new things to offer the students. I think that kind of partnership then grows into stronger community.
We live, we love, we forgive and never give up. 'Cause the days we are given are gifts from above. And today we remember to live and to love.